Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today I'm here doing another pickups video. I know last time I said I would stop spending money, but your boy has a way of spending money on video games, and with my trip of TooManyGames coming up next week, definitely not going to be buying anything in between now and then. Hopefully. But yeah, pretty much everything that I've bought within the past month, ever since I made my last video, and sort of what I picked up over the course of 30 days or so. Let's just get right into it. If you've been following the channel for a while now, you might have noticed that I have uploaded a new sort of documentary interview kind of video featuring the Retro Island Gaming guy. Shout out to them once again for allowing me to go into their store and talk to them and sort of get an idea of how they came about opening up their store on Long Island. So if you haven't checked that video out, check it out. It's definitely the most work I put into a video within a very long time, so I would appreciate that. But while I was there, I did pick up a few things because I was trading some Pokemon cards in that I had that were just sitting here for like a while, just like random black and white commons, and also some video game comic books that I was just like, I want to get rid of these, but I don't want to sell them on eBay because I would have to get the supplies for shipping out comics, and I don't want to do all that stuff. So I was just like, let me see what they'll give me. And in total, they came up to $50 store credit. So this is what I got. For pretty much 50 bucks, I paid like maybe $5-6 out of pocket. But first up is Tom and Jerry in Fist of Fury. This is a N64 game that they had on clearance. I'm not exactly sure what made it to be on clearance. I'm sure it's because of the label not being in the best condition, but this was a very good price because I saw this during their opening day, which I also made a video on that. I went into their store opening day, sort of just looked around, browsed, shopped, and you know, I saw this there and I was like, you know, for like $24, I believe it is what it was priced for. I was like, that's kind of high. Let me like go back home and like research it a little bit. And this is a sequel to one of my favorite PS2 games of Tom and Jerry, Wars of Whiskers or something like that, I forget, but me and my brother played that a lot when we were growing up. So this is the first game of that, and I was like, all right, cool. And I'm assuming the back label damage as well was also why it was cut down in price, because it's like a $30 N64 game when I last checked, and I was like, 30 bucks, they're charging for like 24. I'll jump on that if they still got it. So I was like, all right, cool. And then another game that I picked up while I was there after I did my interview was Batman Vengeance. This is a game that I have been looking at for a while now, you know, with the whole superhero game genre sort of on the rise, if you will. And this is one of the Batman games that I've never played, but I've always wanted to check out and try, whether it be on the PS2 or the GameCube. They had this fully complete in the box with the manual and everything for 30 bucks. And I was like, all right, you know what? That's like a pretty fair price, especially since because I do trust them, you know, outside of just like, you know, them giving me the opportunity to talk to them. I do trust their whole process of like cleaning games, testing them, all that stuff. Because I think that if you want to compete within the retro gaming market, you got to do everything you can to make sure that everything works, everything functions, and you are providing that top tier video game in-store experience. And obviously they also have a website where most of their inventory is available. And I was looking at this game on their website for like a while, and I was like, now that I had 50 bucks in-store credit, I was like, all right, cool. This was like the first game I literally pulled off the shelf. So and just to round out, just to make sure that I hit that $50 price point, because this was 30, this was like 20 something, so I was like, let me just make sure that it's over 50. I got the Sonic Pez dispenser candies, whatever. I didn't have these yet. I've always wanted to buy them within like the blister card packaging, but they had these in these like plastic ones or whatever, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll just buy them like this. So obviously we got Sonic, we got Knuckles, and we got Tails. You know, I've been moving them around as I've been talking about them, so it's kind of hard to see them, but they are all three of the Sonic ones, so that was pretty cool. And then I went back in there because I needed more B-roll for the video. As I was editing it, I was like, I don't have a lot of B-roll, and obviously when you are making videos like that, especially when you are a independent journalist, if you will, you need to make sure that you get as much B-roll as possible, even if you feel like it's like too much. Too much is better than not enough. So I didn't have enough, so I went back in there Friday when they started their Memorial Day weekend sale. And I didn't buy anything for the Memorial Day weekend thing that they had going on. I believe if you spent $100, you got a $10 gift card. There was a sale on all of the clearance stuff and a bunch of other things. I just did like their classic buy two get one on $10.99 games or less, and their Wii section is pretty good for that. So I got Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 and Rayman Raving Rabbids 3 TV Party, both complete in the box. And I also got Indiana Jones 2 Lego Indiana Jones 2. Yeah, pretty much got these for like 20 something dollars or whatever, just to fill out my Wii collection and also pick up games that I've been wanting to pick up for a while. You know, say what you will about the Raving Rabbids series, I think that they're kind of funny in terms of just like how they've taken over like the Rayman brand, and they're sort of the mascot for Ubisoft's like younger audience, if you will, because they are sort of the co-stars of the Mario and Rabbids games, obviously. And Lego Indiana Jones, this is a game that I have been wanting to try out for a while. I remember playing and beating the first one when it came out on the PS2 when I was younger, and then I was like, they made a second one like very, very quickly, and I think it was because the fourth movie came out, so they were like, we gotta like make a fourth movie. We got to make a fourth movie Lego version, but we can't just release that one, so we're just going to release a brand new game. I hear this one's a little different, though, in terms of like how it operates, so don't know much about that. I've never watched the Indiana Jones movie to begin with, so maybe I should do that before I jump into this one, but yeah, decided to take advantage of their buy two get one sale, because honestly, I love it, and I know that their store owners love it as well. So that's pretty much everything I bought from Retro Island Gaming, outside of that pickups video that I did for their grand opening. And just a couple of one-off purchases real quick before I get into the sort of hauls again. So obviously Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door came out, and I was like, I need to buy that just to support it, show Nintendo that, hey, we want good Mario RPGs, good Paper Mario games. So let me go and purchase this one, even though I haven't played it yet. And I've never played Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, even though I've heard so many great things about it. But yeah, I definitely want to try this out before the end of the year and, you know, give my thoughts and opinions on it. Maybe. We'll see. And then I saw that Castle Crashers Remastered, Behemoth, they made physical versions of it for the Switch, and I was like, let me buy that, because I don't have any physical version of Castle Crashers, and this is the most affordable one and the easiest one to get. So yeah, $35 shipped, not bad. I love Castle Crashers. It's like definitely like one of the hallmark Xbox Live arcade games back in the day, and I haven't really played it since those days, so maybe I'll pop this one in and try it out on the Switch. Randomly, Nintendo was doing sales on like some of their Switch games, and it was going to other retailers. So this one, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, was only $40, and I was like, you know what? That's like a pretty good price. I would say, especially for a first-party Nintendo game, $40 from a $60 game, not bad. I've always wanted to try this series out because I love the Fire Emblem games, and this is sort of like within that same genre of sort of like real-time strategy. These games are very long though, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna actually get to this, but I was like, okay, you know what? I definitely want to add this to my Switch collection just in case, you know, one day, because I see, you know, game prices, especially for first-party Nintendo stuff, fluctuate a lot, especially after they're done with the whole console. And with the Switch coming to an end, just want to make sure that I pick this game up at a decent price. And then another one-off purchase I did was on Newegg. So I got like a random story here. So I saw that Newegg was putting up games for like super duper cheap, like randomly through Wario64. He pretty much tweets a bunch of stuff when they go on sale, and he pretty much notifies all of his followers. He used affiliate links to pretty much get paid, and sort of that's like his job, if you will. So there were like these games on there that were going on sale. One of them being The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered for like $10 or something like that. And I was like, I want that, because I want to get it, but I don't want to buy the digital upgrade because I want to have a physical version of it, because I'm just a collector, as you can see. And then it was sold out like instantly, obviously. So then I went on their TikTok shop and I bought it on there. That's the first time I've ever bought anything from like TikTok shop. I was like, Last of Us, $10? Let me buy it right now. And it came out to like maybe like $6 or $7. I'll have like a screenshot of my tweet here. But I was just like, that is super duper cheap. But they canceled it. Like they canceled it within like the next hour or two. I was like, damn, that sucks. But a game that they did have on sale that was still available on their website was Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This is a game that I believe came out this year. But obviously with Ubisoft games, they go on sale very, very fast. And I got this for 20 bucks. I was like, okay, cool. I hear a lot of great things about this one, even though it's not tied to any of the previous Prince of Persia games. I heard that this is just a really great like 2D action adventure platformer, possibly. So yeah, definitely want to give this one a shot and potentially put this among my games for 2024. Let me get into some other local game store pickups that I did. So this one is actually not a game store. I went to Time Warp Toys. This is a toy store that I frequent kind of every once in a while, maybe like once a month kind of thing. It's a nice toy store. They got a lot of, toys obviously, but they do have a small game section. And I found this game, Lego Batman 3 on the Wii U. It was only $5 and it came complete, has the manual, the disc looked decent. So I was like, okay, you know what, $5, I'll buy it now because I feel like that's like a really, really great price for it. And yeah, I've always wanted to play the other Lego games that have come out. Obviously I bought Lego Indiana Jones earlier within this video, but this one I was like, I've never played Lego Batman 2 or Lego Batman 3. I do have them both on the Wii U now, so maybe one day I'll pop these in and try them out. Then another local game store pickup. I went to Retro Source once again just to check out the store and see what they got. And me and my girlfriend, we were browsing the PlayStation section, and they had a couple of games that I wanted to buy and potentially try out, play, or whatever. So first up is Minecraft Story Mode. So I watch a lot of Double Jump video games, and when they do like their trade-ins and sort of like what games they get in, they show it off, obviously. And one of the games was Minecraft Story Mode, but for like the next generation of consoles, for like Wii U, Xbox One, and PS4, I believe. Those are like really expensive games. So when I saw this on the PS3, I was like, oh, they released it on the previous gen consoles. I was like, I'll just buy it here for like $10 because I'm like, it's a pretty good price. I'm sure it runs like garbage, but if I could at least play the game at some point and like experience like what Telltale was cooking with the Minecraft Story Mode game. And it is complete. It comes with pretty much everything on the disc. There's no code or anything on here. It literally comes with the complete 8-episode series, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, maybe there's a catch with this one. Maybe there's something that I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. But I definitely don't want to spend like more than $20 on like the next generation versions of it, because I'm not like the biggest Minecraft guy, but I do like Telltale, and I do like their sort of graphic adventure novel games, if you will. So got that. And the other game that we saw was the BioShock collection. So this is obviously all three of the BioShock games on the PlayStation 4, pretty much remastered, remade, whatever, enhanced for the next generation. And it also comes with all of the DLC. So that's pretty cool. I don't have BioShock 1 or 2 on the PS3, so I was like, have the whole collection on the PS4? Why not? I still want to play through these games, especially BioShock Infinite, because I still remember when that game came out, and it was such a monumental game within the industry where like everyone was like, this is like a 10 out of 10 game. It is so goddamn good. Please play it, yada, yada, yada. So I definitely want to get up to that point where I play BioShock Infinite, but I did play a little bit of BioShock 1. The controls are definitely a little archaic, a little sort of outdated, if you will, for today's standards within 2024. But you know what? For back in the day, I did play a little bit of BioShock on my Xbox 360, but I didn't own that copy. It was from my neighbor, and I borrowed it from him. But yeah, definitely want to try these games out some days. And it comes with the slipcover. I thought that was like great for like $25, because that is like about what it goes for on eBay. So $25 and the slipcover, can't go wrong there. All right, I got 3 more piles here of games that I want to quickly discuss and talk about. So these games I've been obsessed with, trying to buy for a while now. And I was going to hold off until TooManyGames, but I saw these on eBay, and I haven't logged on to eBay in a while because I know when I do this, I get like obsessive about like certain games that I want to buy. So I saw these on there. They were for a pretty good price, and for the exact platforms that I wanted them on. So first up is this bundle of NBA Street 1 and 2. I hear a lot of great things about NBA Street Volume 2. This is like one of my favorite games from one of my best friends. Like when we did like, I guess like our best games of all time sort of like charts or whatever, this was his number 1. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I've never really heard about it before. and I did a little bit of research, and yeah, apparently this is like a really, really good basketball game. And obviously I had to go and get the first one. So this was bundled together. I believe it was like $40, which is like pretty good because like I pretty much got this for 30 and this for 10, because $10 is like what this one goes for. This one fluctuates between like 30, 40, maybe even $50 sometimes. This even has like the like plastic thing up here with like the seal. I kept it on there because I thought that was pretty cool. The spine's a little messed up because of just how it was folded. I tried to fix it, but I'm not gonna like mess with it too much because at this point it's like whatever. But yeah, got these for $40, and obviously I had to get NBA Street Volume 3. Got this for 30. I was very surprised because I feel like that this is a game that is pretty expensive on the GameCube, especially because you could play as the Mario characters. If you've seen screenshots of Mario playing basketball with like other in-game human characters, it's probably from this game. So yeah, I just wanted to fill out the trilogy with the GameCube version just because it comes with the Mario characters. Now I have all of the NBA Street games in my collection, and I definitely want to do a video on these at some point, just from like, I don't know, just like a non-basketball person perspective. And when you look for these games on eBay, make sure the cases come with like the NBA sticker, because that's one thing that I noticed is that like some copies just like it had like a different case, so it didn't have like this sticker on there. So keep that in mind, I guess, as like a little tip to anyone looking out for these games at a convention or online. Just keep that in mind. All right, now let's get into another thing that I have been doing recently, is buying clearance games from Target. This has been a little random. Someone that I follow on Twitter, Will Wolf, he's part of Wolf Den, and he tweeted out that Target just had a bunch of clearance games, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, let me check my local Targets, because I got like a bunch here, and he also lives on Long Island, so I was like, okay, you know what, let me go and check my local Target. So this is pretty much what I found. So I got Shadow of War, Middle Earth Shadow of War. I don't have the first one, Shadow of Mordor. This is part of the Lord of the Rings series. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings, but I hear that these are really, really good games. So I got this for $6. One thing I didn't realize, because it was in like the sort of security case, the case is like messed up. Like, it is completely battered and shattered. But yeah, I definitely got this for $5.99. So that was pretty cool, especially for brand new. Obviously I opened it because like the case was just falling apart as is. Another game that I bought at the same exact time was Capcom Fighting Collection. Very funny that I bought this, and then the Nintendo Direct, they announced the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. So this one comes with a bunch of Capcom fighting games. Some of them are the puzzle games, Puzzle Fighter 2. I definitely want to try that one out. And I bought this for, I believe it was $10. Yep, $10. That was pretty cool. Definitely want to check this collection out as a whole, but definitely the puzzle games are what I'm most interested in. And then another game, I feel like that this one was like a recent release. If you saw my TikTok that I did, where I pretty much just like showed off like what you can find at Target, I found Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. I found this for like, I think it was $6. I kept the sticker in here. No, $12. I mean, $12 for a pretty recent game. I believe this game came out this year or the year before, but yeah, I mean, it has a free PS5 upgrade, so you know what? I definitely wanted to get the PS4 version, but because this one's on clearance and only for $12, I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll buy the PS4 version. Obviously, still like PS4 games still look good, so it's not that big of a deal, and it's Super Monkey Ball. You know, I'm not looking for the best graphics or whatever, but if it has like 60 frames, obviously like that's like important. So there's that, and then the last game I bought here is new Tales from the Borderlands. I got this for $6. And yeah, I was very surprised to see this. I was like, for $6, like a brand new sort of PS5 game. Obviously this one's like a little old, and it has the new Tales from the Borderlands, which is not a great game from my understanding. I did my research on it before I bought it, but still I was like, this was, I believe, $6 as well. Let me just look at the receipt real quick. Yep, $6, $6. I was like, okay, you know what? And it also comes with the first Tales of the Borderlands on a code, unfortunately, you know, so it's not on the actual disc, it's on a code. So I definitely downloaded that code because these codes expire at the end of this year. So I was like, I have to do that as soon as possible because I don't want the codes to expire. So yeah, pretty much got all of these for, what was it, like probably like 10, 20, 30, 40, less than $40, I would say. So like that's like a pretty nice, cool stack of games. And then the last thing I bought here, probably my most expensive things. So I know Limited Run Games. I have been following Limited Run Games for years and years and years now. I don't follow them super closely. I pretty much just buy from them whenever there's a game that I feel like I'm kind of interested in. The last time I bought from them was the Samurai Jack game, I feel. And that was like during COVID, like around like 2020, something like that. So, you know, they had like their Blowout sale. And I know that there's a lot of controversy on them, but I'm not going to go into that. You know, me personally, it's like I feel like that they try their best to make these games as available as possible in a physical form for collectors and people who also want to play them. Obviously, there's going to be like a lot of downtime in between that just because they have to make the games, and because they are pre-orders to make sure that everyone gets them, there's going to be, you know, people that are not going to be happy or going to be upset because they're waiting so long for a game, which I understand, because like when you buy a brand new game that's getting a physical release, you kind of want to have that game as soon as possible. Obviously, it's available on like digital marketplaces for like months, maybe even years. But, you know, with these games in particular, they've been out for a while. I just haven't had the time to like actually like buy these games digitally or really like check them out. One of these, or I guess I would say most of these games are like impulse purchases, but the first one is the Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe. This is a game that I wanted to try out for a while now, but, you know, just never got around to it, and the fact that they made two of them is kind of crazy, and now I got the deluxe versions of it physically. So, you know what? That's pretty cool. Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2, and then the impulse purchases was the River City Girls games on the PlayStation 5. So, these games are $30 a piece on the digital marketplaces. I was like $30. I could probably get them cheaper, like if I looked around online, but for these physically, they were also $30. So I was like, you know what, that makes sense. Let me just purchase these. $30 a pop. So I got River City Girls 1, got River City Girls 0, which I believe it takes place before the first River City Girls, but this one came out after the first one, and then lastly River City Girls 2. So these are pretty much just like side-scrolling beat-em-ups, but they're like really, really good. So I don't know much about them. They're made by WayForward, so obviously that's like a pretty good developer behind them, especially for the indie scene. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me go and buy them. And they came pretty quickly because obviously these games have been printed for like a while now. This was just like their random like 24-hour sale that they were doing to just like, I guess, like clear the warehouses. So understandable. Happy to have these within my collection. I'm definitely going to open these at some point. I'm not going to like keep them sealed or whatever. I'm actually going to open these and play them and try them out. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I picked up within the past month. It is a lot of games. It is a lot of stuff that I probably should have saved for the road trip that I'm about to take next week. But hey, you know what? It's okay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this pickups video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe and put new videos up on Saturdays. Follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TooManyGames to put updates on my future videos. And you can check out my podcast called the Travis and Damien Podcast. We talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. Now, I'll see you guys next time with more videos.